Have you ever noticed how social media feels like both a blessing and a curse? At first, it's thrilling. You share a post, get likes, and feel seen. But as the days pass, that dopamine hit fades. Suddenly, you're scrolling mindlessly, feeling emptier with each swipe. And if you're honest with yourself, you're comparing. You see someone else's vacation, their perfectly sculpted gym selfies, or that influencer who seems to have life completely figured out, and no matter how well you're doing, it feels like you're falling behind. But why does it hurt so much? Because social media isn't just a distraction, it's a mirror, a distorted mirror that magnifies your insecurities while hiding everyone else's. Let me take you back. Before social media, you lived in a smaller world. Your comparisons were limited to your friends, your classmates, your coworkers. But now you're up against the world. It's not just the girl from school who got a promotion, it's the entrepreneur in Bali with a private jet, the 18-year-old millionaire who seems to have everything you've ever dreamed of. And every post you see isn't reality. It's a highlight reel. That's the first trick social media plays. It convinces you that everyone else is winning at life while you're stuck. But here's the truth. No one tells you. That girl's vacation, probably on credit. That gym selfie, taken after 30 tries, perfect lighting, and a filter. That influencer's smile could be hiding depression. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's curated highlight reel. And it's not just unfair, it's impossible to win. But there's something deeper happening here. When you scroll, you're not just seeing other people's lives. You're absorbing a message that says you're not enough. You don't have enough. You're not doing enough. And the algorithms know this. They're designed to keep you hooked by making you feel inadequate. Every like, every comment, every view, it's a psychological game. But the scariest part? It doesn't just affect your confidence in the moment. It rewires your brain. You start measuring your worth by numbers, likes, followers, views. You lose the ability to sit with yourself because silence feels unbearable. And you stop trying new things because you're too scared they won't perform. I know this because I've been there. There was a time when I couldn't go a day without checking my phone, when a post that didn't get likes felt like a personal failure. And the more I scrolled, the more invisible I felt. But here's the thing, social media didn't kill my confidence. I let it. And once I realized that, everything changed. Because social media doesn't have to control you. You can take back the reins. But first, you need to understand how deep the trap goes. Let's talk about why you feel so addicted. Humans are wired for connection. For thousands of years, our survival depended on being accepted by the tribe. Social media taps into that instinct. Every like, every comment, every follower, it's a signal that says you're part of the group, you belong. But here's the catch. It's not real connection. A heart emoji isn't the same as a hug. A comment isn't the same as a conversation. And the more you chase digital approval, the lonelier you feel in real life. So what's the solution? It's not about quitting social media entirely. For most of us, that's unrealistic. It's about changing the way you use it. Because social media isn't evil, it's a tool. And like any tool, it can either build you up or tear you down. Let's be honest. You probably already know that social media can mess with your head. But knowing isn't the same as doing something about it. Because every time you think about taking a break, you feel the pull. What if I miss something important? What if people forget about me? What if I fall behind? That's how deep this goes. It's not just a habit. It's part of your identity. You wake up, check notifications. Your mind is flooded before your feet hit the ground. You post something, then obsessively check if people liked it. If they didn't, you delete it or feel like something's wrong with you. Sound familiar? Yeah, that used to be me too. But here's the hard truth. You can't build confidence if you constantly outsource your self-worth. And that's what social media teaches you to do. To wait for others to tell you you're enough. To measure your value in hearts and views. To trade authenticity for approval. But confidence, real confidence, doesn't live online. It's built in silence, in solitude, in effort that no one sees. You want to feel powerful again? You have to disconnect from the noise. Not forever, but long enough to remember who you are without all the validation. Let me tell you what helped me rebuild. Step 1, create before you consume. When you wake up, don't scroll. Instead, create something. Write, think, breathe, move. Do something that makes you feel alive before the world tells you who to be. Because every time you consume before you create, you absorb other people's priorities before connecting with your own. Step 2, set social media boundaries ruthlessly. You don't need to go offline forever, but you do need rules. No scrolling after 10 p.m., no checking likes every 15 minutes, one screen-free hour a day. Sounds simple, right? It is, but simple isn't the same as easy. You'll feel the resistance, the itch, the FOMO, the just one more minute. But that's your brain detoxing. Let it. Your attention is your greatest currency. Spend it wisely. Step 3, follow people who inspire, not trigger you. Curate your feed like your mental health depends on it, because it does. Unfollow the fitness model who makes you feel small. Mute the friend who constantly brags but never checks in. Block the toxic pages that sell shame disguised as motivation. Instead, follow creators who teach, who uplift, who remind you to be better, not bitter, because your feed is your diet. And what you consume daily becomes how you see yourself. Step 4, do things that don't need to be posted. We've forgotten what it feels like to do something just for us. Not for claps, not for comments, just because it matters. Go for a walk without your phone. Journal without posting a quote. Work out without filming a story. Do it quietly for your soul, not your audience. Because every time you live without broadcasting, you reclaim a piece of your power. And let's talk about power for a second. Social media can be empowering. It can teach, it can connect, it can amplify voices that were once ignored, but only when you're in control. When you decide how, when, and why you use it. Most people don't. They scroll reactively, emotionally. They compare, they spiral, they shrink. But you don't have to live like that. Because confidence isn't about deleting your apps. It's about reprogramming your habits. Let's go deeper. Why do we post in the first place? Validation, connection, expression. Most of us don't even know anymore. We just do it. Because everyone else is doing it. Because silence feels scary. Because we're afraid of being forgotten. But real confidence means being okay with being unseen, with being you. Here's a question that changed everything for me. Would I still do this if no one ever saw it? Would I still work on myself, still learn, still grow, still try to be better? If the answer is no, that's not growth, that's performance. And performances are exhausting. But growth, that's sacred, quiet, messy, invisible. You've got to give yourself permission to grow in the dark, to have off days, to be confused, to not be perfect. And the second you stop trying to win social media, you start winning your life. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up, no scrolling, you journal for 5 minutes, stretch, drink water, you read something real, not a tweet, not a reel, but something that feeds your mind. You work on a project you care about. You focus deeply, no notifications. You feel progress, not just productivity. You look at yourself in the mirror and feel grounded, not because the world told you you're worthy, but because you know you are. That's the confidence social media can't give you, and it's the kind you need the most. So here's your challenge. This week, pick 1 hour a day to go dark. No social, no screens, just you and your thoughts. It'll feel weird, uncomfortable, but that's how you know it's working. Because real confidence starts when the noise fades. Before we close this, I want you to remember something. You are not behind. You're not broken. You are not less than the people you scroll past. You're just distracted. And once you remove the noise, the pressure, the endless comparison, you'll start to hear your own voice again. That voice, that's your compass. It's been buried under likes and comments and hashtags, but it's still there, waiting for you to come home. Let me leave you with 3 final truths. 1, confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud. You don't need to announce every move. Real growth doesn't need applause. 2, self-worth isn't built online. It's built in moments of silence. When you keep promises to yourself, when no one is watching, and you still show up. 3, the most powerful thing you can do is unplug, not forever, just long enough to hear your own thoughts, to find your pace, to remind yourself that your life is worth living, even if no one likes it. You were not born to chase hearts on a screen. You were born to build something real. Confidence isn't something you find out there. It's something you return to. And once you stop letting the internet define you, you'll finally remember who you really are. Not perfect, not polished, but present. and powerful. Let that be the start. Because what's coming next? You'll need every ounce of that confidence to get there. And you're ready. Let's go.